What is going on, guys? It's Wraith here, back with another video. Now this is going to be another banger, but it's basically going to be explaining how to have better shotgun accuracy, because honestly, if you think about it, shotgun accuracy is probably even more important than IQ or building, because no matter how good of a builder you are, how smart you are, even if you absolutely 200 IQ a player, if it comes down to a 1v1 shotgun shot, which most of the time it will, like you may make a clean edit or something, but if you have good enough reaction time and you have that really good, nice, clean pump shot or consistent pump shot where you're always hitting 160s, 180s, or you're always hitting your AR shots before battle and you drop them down to 50 health before they can do anything, most of the time you will win more fights than the better builder. Now the biggest thing I see about like the pro players between very good players, like people who are winning money in these World Cup tournaments, is every single end game, every single pump they're shooting is at around 180 damage, 160 damage, and they're just so consistent with every single shot they take that some people have to wonder, well, how do they get so good at aiming? Like, what do they do? Do they grind Kovacs? Do they grind creative? Like, what do they do, right? So basically in today's video, I'm going to try and give you guys the best amount of tips that I can and actually help you guys improve your accuracy with your shotgun. The first tip I'm going to give is check your sensitivity. Now I know this one's pretty obvious and everyone tells you this in every aiming video, but it is actually truly important. Now think about it, the lower the sensitivity you have, the more like consistent you're going to be with your shots, right? Because obviously if you have super high sensitivity, you're going to be flying across the map, you're not going to be able to hit all your shots. But basically, finding the right one for you is more important. You may not be good at using Ninja's sensitivity or Ghost Aiden sensitivity for controller, right? You gotta find something that's good for you. So what I suggest you guys do to find the actual proper sensitivity is start off high. So say for example, if you're a controller player, start off at like 6 or 8.8, 8.8, something like that, 9.9. Obviously, if it's too slow, you can turn it up and just keep practicing. If you feel like it's a little bit too fast, you're missing too many shots, turn it down a little bit. You're still missing too many shots, turn it down a little bit until you find something that's right for you. If you feel like it's just a little bit too slow for your building, editing, etc., turn it up a little bit, right? Like, it's okay to sacrifice a little bit of accuracy just so you can build and edit quicker, but trust me, you do want to make sure it's not too high to the fact where you're missing every shot. And that again goes to the fact, if you are missing tons of shots right now, maybe you'll lower your sensitivity just a little bit. It may be a simple fix that actually could help you improve your shot overall, right? And a quick pro tip, try not to change your sensitivity all the time, right? Because if you're learning at 8.8 for a controller or 500 DPI for something like your mouse, and you stick with that for a month and then you switch it and go way higher, way slower, it's going to be completely different, right? So you want to stay consistent. You don't want to change it up all the time. You want to be pretty sane and pretty consistent with the same sensitivity. Tip number 2, and this is the one I say in basically every single like video where I talk about how helping and improving your aim, and it's you gotta grind Kovacs or grind creative courses. Right now, again, so for the few of you that don't know what Kovacs is, it's only for mouse players, and basically it's like $6.99 on Steam, but there's free versions as well. And it just helps you practice your flicking, your aiming, your tracking, your time when to click your mouse, like so many things. And unfortunately back then it was kind of hard for controller players to keep up with their practice because there was really no way to improve besides just playing squads or whatever. But now there's so many creative courses that you can just look up literally online, be like aim trainers for Fortnite, and there will be tens of thousands of videos, tons of creative courses with codes, and you can easily practice. Spend a couple hours, whatever, how many hours you have in a day, you can spend on it, and trust me, your shotgun aim will improve. And again, that goes for PC players too. If you don't feel like Kovacs, you don't want to buy it, or you don't want to download a separate app or whatever, right? Again, you can just go in creative courses. There's tons. They really do help improve your aim because it actually is the Fortnite like sensitivity, Fortnite everything. Even though Kovacs has it, it's not really the same. And also again, for controller players, there is aim assist on most of the targets if you're looking up a new version of them. So definitely a pretty good thing, but yeah, I highly suggest you guys practice your creative courses or grinding Kovacs, as well as another good way to do is like free-for-alls. So for example, something like Turtle Wars is absolutely unreal, or Storm Wars, because all you're doing is practicing quick fighting right next to each other again and again and again and again, right? Especially Turtle Wars, all you're doing is editing and shotgunning, maybe a little bit of SMG and stuff, but your whole focus is shotgunning. Big way to help improve your game. Now for tip number 3, I gave this one in the very end of the last video about improving your shotgun aim, But in case you guys didn't stick around and you didn't watch that video, which I highly suggest you watching because it's different from this one and there's definitely some good tips in there. But basically what you do is those blue little circles when you're mining is actually really a built-in aim trainer. Now some of you guys may be like, what do you mean? All you're doing is hitting like a little circle, right? Well, think about it. What you're doing every single time, you got to shift your joystick or your mouse up and practice hitting that exact spot, right? So basically what you're doing is helping your hip fire accuracy because you have to learn how to move it quicker. Try doing it as quick as possible and try and hit it, and then go to the next one, hit it again, and then go to the next one. And then another thing you can kind of do is hit one, like if there's two rocks next to each other, hit one rock and hit the other rock, and then practice hitting both blue right away, and it's kind of like a built-in flick trainer. Not only does it help you get more mats and actually be able to like mine quicker and stuff, but it also is really a built-in aim trainer, so it's pretty cool. Like, just keep that in mind instead of just mining or whatever, just not really worrying about it. Actually try and focus on hitting those blue circles. You'd be surprised how much it actually helps. Now, tip number 4 is being consistent with your training. Now, this kind of goes back to Kovacs, creative courses, and Turtle Wars. No offense, but you're not probably going to get as quick as you wanted to, or get better as quick as you wanted to, or you're not going to improve that quick if all you're doing is spending 20 minutes once a week doing creative courses or doing Turtle Wars, right? Now, obviously, I'm not saying you have to be like Zexro, like DSM Zexro, and absolutely spend 8 hours a day grinding Kovacs or grinding creative courses, right? Not what I'm saying, but try your best to do like 20-15 minutes at least of doing creative courses, maybe once a day or maybe once every 2 days, and trust me, like, it actually will improve. The more you do it, the more repetition you do. You can ask any sports player ever, the more repetition you do of something, the better and quicker it's going to get better, right?
Where are you going?
So if you do aim courses every single 15-20 minutes a day, by the end of that week you're going to be better where you're at the start, right? If you only do it once, you're going to get lazy, you're not going to kind of remember, and it's almost going to be a waste of doing it, right? So you want to keep consistent. If you even you can do it every 2 days, like I said, definitely worth it, and keep trying to do it. It will improve. I promise you. It may start off slow for sure. Like if you do creative courses, maybe in the first 2-3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, it won't feel that much better. You're like, I'm still not hitting as many shots as I want to. And eventually, trust me, it will start feeling better. For me, I started grinding Kovacs, and I was like, my aim literally feels the exact same. Like, I'm doing better in Kovacs, but in Fortnite, I don't feel any different. But then after about 4 or 3 weeks, all of a sudden, I started hitting shots I never would. I'm hitting flicks. I'm hitting people out of the air with my AR. I'm like, oh my god, this actually helps way more, and I felt way more confident. I'm like, this actually works. So I started grinding it more and more. The more time I put into it, the quicker I started to get better, and the quicker I was like, oh my god, this is actually a really good way to improve. So keep that in mind. It may not start and it may not help right away, but it will eventually start helping. Now, tip number 5, the last tip I'm going to give, is actually like think about where your crosshair is and try and keep a steady hand, right? If your crosshair is going all across the stream and you're like shaking out because you're nervous or something, you're probably not going to have a good luck hitting someone's shot or hitting someone in the head, right? So if you can keep a steady hand, practice being like, okay, I'm calm, I'm good. Keep your steady hand, and then focus on keeping your crosshair every single time you turn a corner, go into a building, anything like that. Keep your crosshair right where their head would be. I catch myself doing it so many times where I'd be walking in a building and my crosshair is like down at someone's crotch or down at someone's belly button, and I hit them for 100 damage or 90 damage, and their crosshair is right on my head and they hit me for 200 or 180, right? So if your crosshair is always up and always where someone's head can be, obviously, yeah, they're going to be crouching sometimes, whatever, but it's easier to do a little flick, and more than not, they're going to be standing like upright, right? So if you keep your crosshair where their head's going to be, even when they're building, if you kind of guess and like be like, oh my god, they're going to pop out from right here, put your crosshair to where their head's going to be, not where their feet are going to be or their body's going to be. Try and put it where their head's going to be. Obviously, you may miss more shots if you're going straight for the head. You may miss a couple shots, like I said. You may go around the head, or you may hit a couple body shots. But the better your aim and the more consistent your aim is going to be, the more headshots you're going to start hitting, right? So you may as well try and go for those 200 damage shots. You may as well go for those 160 damage shots instead of just those 20 damage leg shots, right? So hopefully this video did help you guys out. I put quite a bit of time into it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you comment if it did and which drill you like the most, or any other drills or any creative courses that you actually use to help improve, and I'll take a look and see if they're actually good. I'm assuming most of you guys they're probably pretty good if you like them. Yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Have a good one.